Hello and welcome to Gimmickast, where our only gimmick is the fact that we're about to announce a new console. It's called the PlayStamp X and will be available for pre-orders once Stampy gets around to making them. And it'll be sold for $1,000 each.
What the fuck did they get pigeonholed into?
Simple. Well, I mean, that seems like the common trend for new consoles these days, just charge ridiculous amounts of money for it.
Yes.
Yep.
I would not. I don't disagree. This is why I'm waiting till next year to actually buy a new gen console.
Same. Or, we could just keep our Switches because there's some good shit coming for it, according to that Switch
I mean,
Direct.
like, here's the thing. I'm still gonna buy new games for the Switch, but like, I still want a PlayStation 5 because there are a lot of games I'm not gonna be able to get without having a PlayStation 5. Because fucking Xbox is dumb and was like, yeah, we're putting our exclusives on PCs. Fuck you.
Hmm. So anyway, since I mentioned the Switch, we might as well just start with the Switch Direct because there's not really much
Yes.
Yu-Gi-Oh news. Considering the fact Ethan wants to talk about Rush Duels later. So,
Yes. Well, it's actually a really good thing because of what happened last night, and I'll explain what happened when we get there. But for now, we'll
yeah.
continue with the Switch. Can we start off with the fact that we're getting two Monster Hunter games?
I was gonna start with that. Let's start with the one that baffled me the most. I didn't know Pokemon Monster Hunter was a thing, and then that a game for it already existed. I was very confused.
Yes, Monster Hunter Stories. Lots of people liked this game. I'm not because like it's one of the higher grossing 3DS games. So
Oh, that's why I didn't
I
heard
don't
of it.
know.
It's on the 3DS.
Yes, I didn't know about Monster Hunter Stories until I started really getting into like Monster Hunter because I had Generations and Ultimate number 4. Um,
Okay, I'm gonna have to talk
so
about Generations, but keep going.
yeah, so yeah, Story is just a Pokemon ripoff, but with Monster Hunter. But at the same time, it doesn't just like, oh yes, we're just going to like completely just stick to this. It has some of its original gameplay and
Hmm.
some of very few between. I don't think anyone is like super into that because they were like, hey, let's just get the monster to do all the things. Why not?
I don't know. I'm very confused by the fact that Pokemon Monster Hunter. That's just everything has a Pokemon spin-off when you think about it. I mean, even fucking we talked about this earlier. Shin Megami Tensei has one.
Yeah,
What is just with everyone wanting to copy Pokemon? Like, come on, Pokemon's been there, done that. Do something new.
not to mention Pokemon is also losing all of its player base because they're starting to get really fucking stale very quickly.
Oh, that reminds me. When did the second DLC for Pokemon come out?
It's meant to come out this month
Oh,
or
it's
next month,
okay. It was
but
supposed to
it's
come out this month.
soon.
Okay, because I was thinking, wait, should Current Tundra be out by now? Oh, who cares? Who cares? I'm
I
gonna play more Smite.
well,
Yeah.
they
Anyway.
didn't. They haven't really said anything about it as far as I'm aware. So I'm like, I assume they're just going to do a November release and be like, because we don't really have a Christmas thing like they normally do. You know
Everything's
how they
coming
have
out
a
in
game
November.
that's like very close to Christmas.
Why is
So
everything
they're
coming out fucking November? Oh my god. I'm gonna have a whine about that later then. Alright, I guess we can move on to Monster Hunter Rise. This looks promising. As someone who
yes,
likes Monster Hunter World, I like how this sort of looks like World. But my worry is it might go back to what the old Monster Hunter is, and as someone who has played Generations Ultimate, I'm not very keen on that.
yes, too many loading screens.
Well, that's not my main problem. Like, that was a main problem. But my main problem with Monster Hunter Generations was, one, the controllers felt really wonky. Like, for Monster Hunter, I normally play on my PC, but I don't play with keyboard and mouse, even though I'm a bow user. I use my Xbox One controller that I have because it's really cheap. But the thing is, when I was playing Generations Ultimate on my Switch, I could not use the bow. The controls felt that fucking bad. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. Generations probably had one of the wonkiest controls in
Hmm.
the whole of Monster Hunter. But at the same time, it's just a control issue. I think they would have learned their lesson.
Hmm. And what I also didn't like, there was a lot of like show not tell. Like it's gotten to the point where I was at still rank 1 after like 20 hours of gameplay because I was thought, okay, I think because I thought you get points to the villagers to unlock more quests with them to advance the story. But
Yeah, that's
then
not.
no, you have to complete these certain quests. And then I stopped when one of the certain quests had one of the most fucking annoying monsters to fight because it was such a pain to
Yeah.
fucking track it down. It was the one the first dune monster you have to hunt. It's the fucking sand shark.
Yes, absolutely.
And another thing I didn't like about it was really just how it was built. Because with Monster Hunter World, you build armor, you wear that armor. With Generations, they sort of lock armor against what sort of weapon you're using, what kind of class you are, and that's what I didn't like. Like armor for me was
No,
always
I don't like that.
cosmetic.
I don't like that at all because, like, again, locking is. I mean, I it's fine to have like class specific armors and shit, but at the same time, it's like, well, the whole of Generations was locked you into one set of armor, depending on your class and what you. I was like, no, I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like that
Have
either.
some generic armors. Throw in some generic armors. This wouldn't be a problem.
Because it was
Like,
like I made all this really nice armor, and then I decided, no, I'm gonna try that out the insect glaive, and now I can't use that armor because it's not designed for insect glaive users. I'm like, oh my fucking god, all that grind for
yeah,
nothing. So
yes.
I just didn't like it, and I'm hoping this new Monster Hunter game they don't do that. I hope they're still keeping the trend of Worlds. Because I think Worlds is probably one of the best Monster Hunter games, and I'm saying that as someone who's only played 2 of them.
I've played a few of them, but also Monster Hunter Worlds is extremely popular and still has active users despite its release in what, 2014?
And it's now entering maintenance mode.
Yes, to go into more DLC shit.
Wait, seriously? I thought they were just planning to make a new Monster Hunter game.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh, okay then. Well, if there's more DLC for it, yay. Also, that reminds me, I need to propose this once we finish shitting on Monster Hunter. The thing is, I don't know, I will try out Rise, depending on how, like, tied it is to the old series. If it's more like Monster Hunter World, I am completely interested in it. But if it's more like Generations with all that stupid bullshit, I'm not gonna be playing it at all. I'm gonna stick with
So
World.
here's the thing. If as long as it's not like Generations, I would go for it. Honestly, I would be more excited if it's like World though.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of where my stance is because like all the other previous Monster Hunter games outside of Generations still are pretty fucking good, even though the graphics don't hold up at all. Um, so I'm like, yeah, if it's nothing like Generations, I'm good.
Hmm. That reminds me. So, when you get your laptop, sometime, is it this month?
Monday.
Alright. I have to write that down next Monday to message you happy birthday. I will forget. But the thing is,
I mean, you have me. No. You have me on Facebook. You'll get a Facebook notification.
that implies I still have Facebook installed.
Oh, okay.
I'll write down an alarm. So, anyway, the thing I want to be saying is, you should, because you say you want to get Monster Hunter World on your PC at some point, right?
At some point.
Okay, when you do that, we should make a new series where we go hunting down every single monster in the Monster Hunter World game.
So do like a crap guide for Monster Hunter if you've ever watched that, but with just 2 idiots
Yeah,
hunting monsters.
and we have to save Behemoth for last because I do not want to be near Behemoth. I hate Behemoth.
Yeah, that sounds like a fun idea. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. But again, that's when it's probably when I don't quite remember where Monster Hunter is on my list because there's a fucking list.
It's fine. That gives me more time to get to DLC. It's
Yes,
fine.
that. Well, yeah, because I have a job now. I can probably get both in the same go whenever I get paid.
And
I
then
get paid
there's me.
fortnightly.
Uh,
Rip. But anyway, little off topic. So yeah, we got a story. Monster Hunter Stories 2. Um, I never really played Stories 1, and
I,
apparently was
I,
popular.
I didn't even know it was a thing.
So,
I thought we
well,
already
yeah,
talked about this.
we didn't really talk about it that much.
Oh,
We
fair
just kind
enough.
of threw it aside. I'm just gonna give my quick thoughts about it and be like, yeah, we're done now. So yeah, Stories 1 apparently was popular because while it was a Pokemon clone, it had like some of the old stuff from Monster Hunter that just made it a little bit more like, hey, you're not just some asshole in the background telling something else to do something. So, um, it's better gameplay than fucking Pokemon apparently. So hey, I'll give it that.
Wait, better
Now we can move on.
gameplay than Pokemon. That's interesting. But okay, we'll move on. I only got like two more things written down for the direct because honestly, I just kind of clocked out after all the Monster Hunter stuff. So it was really good. Then to open up
I,
on it.
oh yeah, no, I was the same. I was thinking like, most of the stuff I do not care about. Monster Hunter I did.
Yeah. So
So I was like, yeah.
so the first one I want to bring up is they're making a Breath of the Wild sequel slash prequel, whatever. I don't care. I never liked Legend of Zelda.
I mean, to be honest, they were talking about this ages ago, and they just haven't done anything with it until now.
Yep,
So I don't care at this point.
yep. We got a teaser trailer. You can all shut up now. Okay.
Yeah, please, just, just stop talking about it. Because
Okay.
like
Yeah.
there are like maybe like 1,000, and like they had like one tease trailer like when it was first announced, like what a year, 2 years ago.
Hmm.
Like, and now you finally get a proper teaser trailer. So go fuck off. Don't rant on the internet about waiting. Because, you know what? Kingdom Hearts people and Shin Megami Tensei people had to wait longer. You fucks.
Yep. So anyway, moving on to my last piece of news. It's Disgaea 6. Disgaea, however you pronounce it. And I'm
uh,
only.
it's,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. I was actually really surprised that they were actually doing it.
Yeah. I'm only bringing it up because I recently got the first game really fucking cheap.
Yeah. It's,
Ah.
it's interesting. And then they're going out of their way for number 6 to break the rules they established in all of the other ones, but in a good comedic way.
Hmm.
I really like that.
I.
I never saw it coming, but with such a cool turn of events
Hmm.
compared to like say Persona, who just shits out the same game every time, just change up some of the names of different mechanics.
Hmm. Yeah. To be fair, I got the first game because it was dirt cheap on a sale, and it was late at
Yeah,
night. I open it up, I read all this story, and then I get to the combat section. I'm like, I don't understand any of this. It's too late for this, and then I put it away, and I haven't opened it since. But so
I mean
that's
it's a classic RPG, so I don't quite blame you
to be
because
fair.
some of those classic RPGs are like all over the place.
Yeah. Oh god. So anyway, that's it for the Switch news. Do we want to sum up how we feel about this direct having no Smash news?
I kind of expected it. I wanted Smash News, but I kind of expected it because, let's be fair, Sakurai hasn't been doing anything because, you know, Sakurai's kind of stuck at home doing nothing, and like pretty much the company is the one running this DLC for the Smash, so he's kind of just like, guys, just fucking tell me what we're doing. So
Yeah.
I assume it's just a stagnate because of communication,
Yeah.
because the company has never been great at communicating with their staff in the first place. But Sakurai, who is basically doing the second DLC pack out of just for fun, basically,
Mhm.
um, I assume they put him on a low priority.
I'm hoping by November we'll get here at least something or a teaser or something for the next character. That's my hope.
Yeah, I'm not. I would expect it soon, especially with like the DLC, the Pokemon DLC is slated to release like sometime soon. Like, they'll have a direct for that, and then they'll probably have something about Smash. To be fair,
Yes.
because like
And
we're
then
like
they'll
because
tease is a Gen 6 rep.
but to be totally fair with you, like this direct really had like almost no Nintendo IP news, so I assume we'll just get a big one of Nintendo only IPs.
Hmm. Alright, so we want to talk about the PlayStation stuff?
Yes, there is a lot of things I want to talk about, but let's start with what you want to talk about.
Okay. Final Fantasy 16. I'm only bringing it up because it somehow looks more boring than Final Fantasy 15.
Well, here's the problem with 16. It's based off one of their spin-off games called Type Zero.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, that one that was very, very fucking horrible, and I have a copy of it, and I don't know why.
Oh, is this Final Fantasy? Oh, no, I heard about this. It wasn't this. This was connected to something. Wasn't this like a prototype to Fantasy 15 or something?
Meant to be. The whole premise of Type Zero was that it's like, oh yeah, we're basically going into the lore of the crystals. You know, the tortoise, the tiger, the phoenix, the whatever the other one was. And basically what number 16 is basically finishing off where Type Zero left off, where it was basically like, yeah, all the nations are going to fucking fight each other for supremacy, and that's what we basically see in this trailer. Is that the crystals are basically being like, no, fuck you, and then other people are like, no, fuck you, and war. That's basically the summary of 16 for you. Have a good night. There is no fucking story here.
Oh, fair enough then. I guess this is only going to appeal to those who played Final Fantasy Type Zero. So that means it's still going to sell more than its expected sales and make a profit.
Yes, because while Type Zero is shit, they're having combat from the mainline Final Fantasy games, which
Ah.
Type Zero does not have. So it will sell well, despite being related to such a bad fucking spin-off. I'm very
Anyway,
bitter about it.
I don't blame you. Next one, Spider-Man.
Oh,
My
well, yes, Spider-Man, where they actually managed to do something that Square Enix tried to do, but better. If you don't know what I'm referencing, it's slow motion.
oh, oh, you meant the combat, yeah. I was only
Yeah.
gonna bring it up because I want to say this. This new DLC, right? It is DLC. It's an expansion pack on the original game. It's nothing much. It will be available on PlayStation 4. So if one of your main reasons is to get a PlayStation 5 was for
It's for
Spider-Man
Spider-Man.
Miles Morales, don't add that because it is going to be available on your PlayStation 4. Unless you don't have PlayStation 5 or you just really care about that graphics upgrade.
Or you like everything else and wanted to use your PS4 version of Spider-Man on your on your PS5 because why the fuck not?
Hmm. So anyway, do we want to talk about the Harry Potter game, Hogwarts Legacy, which is a
I'm gonna
single-player RPG?
Yes, literally I was thinking about it. It's literally Final Fantasy's school. Oh, no, no, not Final Fantasy. Um,
It's Final
Fire Emblem
Fantasy
Three House.
8.
No, 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 no. Fire Emblem Three Houses school system with Fallout 4's open world.
Hmm.
That's literally how I describe it. It looks fucking good though. Don't get me wrong, but that's my equivalent of what the fuck it is. Because
Hmm.
you have that whole like, you still have the house system from Three Houses. You still have the whole like school slice of life shit, three houses. But then you have all that like Fallout and Skyrim-esque Bethesda like open world shit going on.
Hmm.
I like it. I like
Yeah.
it a lot.
What I like about it is one, this game has apparently been in the works for years, and it's glad that it's finally coming out.
I wouldn't be surprised because again, like I said, like you pairing up a slice of life stuff with a full on like open world bit. Like if you that would take fucking forever to make in general.
Hmm.
So I give them props.
Hmm. Yeah, but what I really want to bring up is the fact that they have claimed, the publisher, it will not have any involvement from J.K. Rowling, despite the fact she will be making money off of this. Because royalties, bitch.
Yeah, the reason they did this was because of how. Have you seen J.K. Rowling's?
Yes, I know. I do not want to talk about what she is online, because she is an absolutely horrible person online. And I'm glad they go, don't worry, it won't have any of this. You can actually probably maybe even consider playing as a transgender, despite it being 1880s.
Yes. Like they get. Hey, I mean they're giving us a bunch of options. They're not only just not locking us into a fucking house as well. Like they could have easily just been like, oh no, you're all Griffin.
Can I?
No,
Can I?
they're giving us a full on house system.
Alright, I'm picking Slytherin, and that's where I'm gonna sit.
Well, I did the test online, and I ended up with Gryffindor, so I'm gonna end up
I did the
just for that
online
reason.
test ages ago, and it gave me fucking Gryffindor. I went, no, I want Hufflepuff. I don't even know what the other two classes, houses are about, but I just want Hufflepuff because I know it's pathetic. So anyway,
Hufflepuff for the arts people.
oh, what about Ravenclaw?
Ravenclaw's the smart, intelligent people.
Wait, are you implying that Gryffindor is all the sports people?
They're meant to be all the brave people, so
Oh,
maybe?
brave people. So what? Slytherin's just evil then. This is very weird.
No, Slytherin's just cunning. So you don't have to be evil, but you have to be like a fucking mastermind.
Fair enough. Anyway, let's move on. Because I haven't watched a Harry Potter film for years when I think about it.
I've read all the new stuff. It's alright.
Oh god, the last time I was any close to being interested in Harry Potter was when. What's the name of that shitty Harry Potter book? Harry Potter and the Cursed Child?
Ah, the play, yes.
I remember just hearing people shit on it, and then I heard it and went, "Oh my god, this is fucking garbage." What?
It's not as bad as people made it out to be, but at the same time, I understand because fucking time travel.
I got this fucking time winder that goes all the way back for an infinite amount of time. I'm like, what the fuck? It just
Yes,
destroys the parts of the canon. Oh god.
If they literally just didn't do the time travel stuff, it would actually be a fucking good book.
Well,
It's
that's
all about like breaking expectations, shit like that.
well, that's J.K. Rowling for you. She just ruins things.
She didn't even write it.
She didn't even write it. Oh my god. Oh,
It was written by. Hang on. It's written by John Tiffany and Jack Thorns.
Oh, so it's like when they wrote Wicked, they somehow make the canon worse.
Yes,
Okay.
it is canon, but it's not written by the same author. But again, J.K. Rowling.
Yeah. I think the best way to put it is that that play is effectively the equivalent of the Spider-Man Broadway show.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
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 All right. Resident Evil 8. I'm actually interested.
It's not Resident Evil 8. It's Village Resident Evil. It's a spin-off game.
No.
It's still very interesting.
No. Have you paid attention to how they put the I and the L? They make it look like the Roman numerals of 8. This is Resident Evil 8.
I know, but that doesn't mean they're gonna commit to that.
Well, this is still the main game. This is the new Resident Evil.
Anyway, doesn't matter. Resident Evil game, good.
Yeah, this is the first time I'm generally been my interest has been piqued for a Resident Evil game. Because I watched a lot
Because
of
it's
people
back.
play Resident Evil, and I go, this isn't really sort of for me. But then Resident Evil 8 just makes me want to play Resident Evil.
Yeah, because no, because it's so much like Resident Evil 4. Like, and that was a very good one. Everyone can say Resident Evil 4 was good.
Like, seeing the main
Like
thing
for
that
me,
turns me off from playing Resident Evil is usually the survival mechanics and the aiming system, because the aiming system is kind of very you stand there and you aim. That's why I couldn't really play Resident Evil 4. That's why I couldn't even get past fucking Shadows of the Dam. But doesn't the new ones let you at least walk now when you aim? Or is it still very stand
uh,
still and shoot? I can't remember.
uh, you can move a little bit, but at the same time, they did that on purpose. That's the problem. Is that was a purposeful gameplay choice because of how it's a horror game.
Hmm.
It's still a horror game, no matter how you look at it.
Yes. Yes, this horror game with the funny Latino man and the man who stabs the other man with his weird tentacle penis.
Yes.
That's such a good scene in Resident Evil 4. This is just like, oh no, this man died by his long fobbing penis? Anyway, I'm generally curious Resident Evil 8. Uh, Moving on, I have Deathloop. You remember this game?
Yes, Deathloop.
Right,
Yes, it's made by Bethesda of all people, which is very
which we have to
confusing to me.
mention now. The Bethesda has been bought out by Microsoft.
Yes, for 7.5 million, which is
Billion.
fucking nothing. It's fucking nothing. I'm so glad Microsoft did this.
I
My
have a
God.
feeling they did it so they can make Elder Scrolls 6 an exclusive, or they're doing it because Bethesda has a lot of other studios underneath it.
It could be for both, because here's the thing: they get with the purchase of Bethesda, they get Skyrim, they get all of the Elder Scrolls, they get Fallout,
Skyrim
they
is
get
Elder Scrolls.
what?
Skyrim is Elder Scrolls. You made it sound like
Yeah.
Skyrim is not part of the Elder Scrolls.
I mean, monetarily wise, it may as well be considered that, because literally, Skyrim sells so much content to like the creator. It is ridiculous.
Mm.
So it might as well be its own thing.
So yeah, anyway, going back to Deathloop. When I first saw it, I was somewhat curious because what my understanding from the first trailer was it was like a level by level kind of thing, like with Dishonored. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's pretty interesting, not really my thing. But then they reveal with Deathloop, it's actually more open world, and it
Yes,
sort of plays
it
like
does,
Hitman.
yes, it plays like Hitman, but with the addition that you can like move the targets into single areas and stuff like that. It's very very interesting because like I really like the idea.
Yeah,
Like you meant to figure out how to get as many people into one level as possible and then kill them all.
yeah. For me, it's Hitman taken to its most logical extreme, and then you put the Majora Mask mechanic on it of the fact you have to kill all these people in one day.
Yes.
So I feel like it's going to be very interesting to just learn what does what, and then trying to figure out your own optimal path to kill them all in one loop.
Yes. And the best thing about it is you can, because of how the game functions, you can do a level over and over and over and over again, and always find new ways of like getting them into certain areas.
Yeah, I think this is a genuinely interesting game, especially with its art style and all that. So
Oh yeah.
that for me is now a seller for a PlayStation 5.
Oh, absolutely.
So that only gives me like two reasons to buy a PlayStation 5 so far, because the other one is that Ghost Seeker game, which we didn't see news of, which makes me kind of sad because I'm genuinely love that game from what I've seen of it. You're trying to remember what
Yeah.
it is, don't you?
No, I'm trying to think of why they wouldn't have done it, but
Hmm.
nothing.
All right. We have to mention DMC5 getting updated digitally only for PlayStation 5, now featuring Virgil from the Devil May Cry series.
With his own sub story as well.
Yes. This is funny because first things first, this keeps the trend of Virgil being only available via updated versions of games. That made me
Yes.
giggle. And second of all, isn't like I haven't played Devil May Cry 5. I in fact haven't replayed any of the mainline Devil May Cry games. I have only played the DMC remake.
Yes.
Uh wasn't the weird weak man with all the tattoos, isn't that supposed to be Virgil in his human form? So wasn't he technically already in the game?
I don't think that who that I can't.
Or is he like a completely different person because he's Virgil without the devil powers?
Maybe I'm not 100% sure. So
Fair enough. Alright then, it's fine. Anyway, I'm very interested in playing this. I'm hoping, I'm hoping they'll at least update the PC version so you can play as Dante. Not Dante. No, I'm thinking Shin Megami Tensei again. Shit. No, I hope you can play as Virgil. Uh, Alright, so the next one I want to bring up is Oddworld Soulstorm, which is a remake of one of the Oddworld games. The second one, I believe.
yes,
I never played Oddworld game. I'm not very interested in it. I'm curious to hear what you want to say about it.
I haven't played them either, so I have no fucking.
Okay then. Alright, we can move on then. FNAF Security Breach.
Actually, it looks pretty good because it's not the bulk standard gameplay of FNAF.
Yeah,
So
what I like, it feels like it's going to be building off of what we did with Sister Location, where because
yeah,
Sister Location it had more than a sitting down watching cameras. Sister Location was kind of like the weird spin-off because you actually got to move around.
yeah, you actually have to do things like tasks and stuff like that. Like, and like it if you looked close at the trailer when they were showing off the area,
Mm.
it looks like a maze.
Here's the thing: if you've been following Game Theory like I have, oh god, this sounds very weird already. Oh god, because I watched those FNAF theories over and over again because I'm just like, I will understand this lore at some point. But the first thing first, Security Breach is supposed to be set in a mall in the 80s.
Yes.
So that's why it kind of looks like a maze.
Hmm.
So I'm very interested in how they will do this, especially who the fuck is Gregory? Like, who's Greg?
I just want to point out quickly because this is just off topic, literally. Why are you going to MatPat for fucking FNAF lore? He is probably the worst source you could go to for that.
Because he's the one I find most consistent, and I actually like his other videos.
I hate his videos.
I like it, especially his new like food videos. Like,
Uh,
those ones are generally interesting. I like those ones. It's a lot less theorizing, like just ooh lore stuff, and more like here's some science about stuff. I'm like, oh, that's interesting.
I'm no, I just can't agree with you.
Okay, then fair enough. Demon Souls.
It's literally Dark Souls.
Excuse me, Demon Souls came out before Dark Souls. And before
Oh, it's
Demons,
that one.
yeah, and then before Demon
Oh,
Souls, there was Kingsfield.
never mind. I thought it was a ripoff. No, I
No,
forgot
Demon
about
Souls is the prototype Dark Souls. They came out in 2009, because Dark Souls came out in 2011.
that. Yes.
So, but Demon Souls is the one that really just sold everyone on like the Souls-like mechanic. Like, if Dark Souls popularized it, Demon Souls was the one that came up with the, well, at least made it more refined. Because technically, what made it popular was Kingsfield, which was like what, early 9000s.
Yes.
But anyway, this
Well,
is a remake of that game, and people are very interested in it.
mm,
What I did want to mention about this was because I'm still not interested in fucking playing a Dark Souls game because I know what will happen. Um, the thing is, this was apparently an error, but apparently this will be available on PC as well.
oh,
But apparently that's an error. This is a proper console exclusive, but I don't believe them.
I mean, I don't believe them with half of them, to be totally fair.
Hmm.
Because, like, let's be fair, like, consoles are slowly dying out, and everyone knows that. Thing, that's why PlayStation is going to digital exclusives, so they can be closer to what the PC has, which is a good fucking market.
Hmm. So anyway,
Yeah.
I guess outside of mentioning Demon Souls, the PlayStation 5 will be PlayStation 4 backwards compatible.
Yes, they did show that off. About a capacity.
Yeah. I just don't like how it's not gonna be backwards compatible with at least PlayStation 3. Like, please.
It's kind of annoying, but at the same time, it's like, well, you look at how, okay, especially in the world of PC, like emulators are a big now with amongst just people in general. So,
Hmm.
like, I wouldn't be surprised if PlayStation was just like, hey, we either resell the games or we just set up an emulator because they have an emulator. Literally, the start of this presentation was like, this was on a PC through an emulator.
Oh yeah. Hmm.
So I wouldn't be surprised if they're like, "Hey, here's this emulator
Oh,
for
that's for
PC."
Final Fantasy 16 though, so that we know Final Fantasy is gonna get a PC release at some point then.
Not because it was like, "Oh yeah, this was done on a PC through an emulator, do through, using the PlayStation 5 experience."
Hmm.
So
Oh, okay
it,
then. All right then. All right, fair enough then. Uh, do we want to talk about the pricing? Because there's two versions of the PlayStation 5. I do not. Weren't they like just above $500?
uh, somewhere around there, but I've actually looked at like if you bought the price that like bought the parts that are in a PlayStation 5, right?
Hmm.
And then like you and then if you like just bought the parts, it's pretty close to what those parts are worth.
Okay, fair enough.
So yeah, no, it's yeah, here it is. PlayStation 5 non-digital version is like 749, but this is pre-order,
Hmm.
may I add. So
Yeah.
like this is like, oh yeah, to get an early copy of this console, this is how much you're going to get charged extra. But like when it hits the shelves, it will be about like in the 500.
Hmm.
So
Okay, fair
like if
enough.
the pricing here is pretty tight at the moment.
Yeah. There's two
So
things I want to mention. First things first, I got this interesting graph of the day one pre-orders comparing the pre-orders between who pre-ordered a PlayStation 5 and who pre-ordered a PlayStation 5 digital. So, you want to guess how many people pre-ordered a PlayStation 5 digital?
a lot more than the other one.
No, it's at 0.2%.
Oh,
A lot of people wants the PlayStation 5 despite being more expensive. Probably because it has a disc drive, and then people will probably be using it as their like Blu-ray and DVD player.
oh yeah, that's fair. But I also like I wouldn't be surprised if, as time goes on, the digital only gets price spiked as shit. Like no, gets bought a lot more than the other one because we all know what's happening in GameStop over in America. Like
I don't want
it
to.
still happens. They're fucking dying. They can't just pretend that they're not.
I mean, another thing I want to bring up, because you know, because this kind of ties in with GameStop and all that dying. Have you seen the prices for these PlayStation 5 games? Like in
No.
AUD, apparently they're floating around the $130 mark right now.
Jesus.
But this is probably because we're in a recession right now, and this is all based on speculation.
Okay, no, no. Not just because we're in a recession, like, because America is in a recession as well. Like, even Japan is not doing so hot. Like, economy-wise, I think most countries are in a recession outside of fucking China. So,
Oh yeah,
it
of
shouldn't
course.
affect the price too much. Shouldn't affect the price too much. But at the same time, like, yikes. I wouldn't be surprised if like hard copy games are only priced that much because like fucking GameStop is dying and JV is like we don't need to do this. Like
Yeah, I
look at it.
just.
It's so dumb.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, again, this is all based on speculation. It might go down to its normal price of, $80 AUD.
Mm.
$80 fucking games. Jesus Christ. That hurts me. But anyway, we should probably mention that the whole thing ended with a God of War Ragnarok trailer. I don't care about
Yeah.
God of War, and I cared less about it when it became Dad of War, so, just bringing it up for the sake of it.
Yeah, listen, I never really had an interest in God of War, so
Yeah.
this is like me looking at it like meh. If you're a God of War fan, you will be happy right now. But if you're not, you're like us and be like meh.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it's not the story that turns me off, because the story, I read about it, but it's the actual gameplay that I'm not interested about.
Yeah, it's pretty basic hack and slash.
But yeah, again, Ragnarok, I'm very curious to see if they actually will be doing the Ragnarok type like story, or it's just
Hopefully.
like how will Kratos fit into this. I'm very interested. So anyway, that's everything for PlayStation 5, Switch, and all that. Xbox One hasn't have anything yet.
No, they have not. Because again, like unlike the other ones, they decided to just drop all of their like information like straight away when they first announced the console, like a fucking idiot.
Hmm.
So we can just ignore Xbox entirely.
I mean, well, I don't know. Like, I mean, for PlayStation 5, I mean, like I said, there's only like two games that has kind of sold me on getting a PlayStation 5.
Yeah, there's very few at the moment for me as well. Like, yes, I want a next gen console because there are some games that are probably not going to come to PC because they're just built to be console games anyway. But like at the same time, it's like, the price versus what I want out of it is like, yeah, no, I could wait.
But yeah, that's I don't know. I mean, I guess because it's coming out in November. There's nothing really telling me to get it on release, so I guess I'm gonna have to probably get it when there's more out for it. Its launch titles aren't. Well, it doesn't really have a launch title, does it? Because most of the games are 2021, and it's coming out this year.
Yeah, and like most of this launch, we're probably not going to get the launch titles till launch day anyway because anticipation, hype the shit out of it. We'll make it look good.
It's coming out legitimately. Let's see, it comes out on the 17th for Australia. So that's what? Let me count. From the 17th, that's
About a month.
6 days before me, my birthday. And there's no way I can convince my dad to get me a PlayStation 5. So I won't even try. So anyway.
Why did you have to make that rhyme?
Fuck you, why do you have to point that out? Oh, God. To be honest, if my dad asks me, what do you want for your birthday, son? I'm going to say, a job. I'm sick of sitting on my ass. He called me the other day, and he's like, son, I really believe in you. I hope you get a job soon. I'm like, I've tried my best, but... It's like, it's going to the point where when I saw my auntie Sharon, she's like, alright, because my auntie, I look up to her as a role model. She's effectively my big older sister, and she was like, okay, you know what your problem is? It's probably your clothing. So if you do a little bit of gardening for me, I'll update your whole wardrobe for you.
Yo, that's an absolute win in my respect, in your respect. Like, she said update. She didn't like mean she's gonna throw out all your old clothes.
Yeah, she's gonna. Yeah,
She's just gonna add new shit in there that's just gonna help you get a job.
Exactly.
I think that's an absolute win.
Because my auntie believes that I lack the confidence. Because you know how I was raised as a kid,
No,
I was always kind of.
no. If you lack confidence, wear women's slacks.
Wait, no, because she believes is what you wear is what makes you feel confident. Because I wear, you see my clothes. My clothes are pretty drab. She believes if I went out and wore really nice clothing, that would help boost up my confidence and will make me not only look more presentable for a job, it will make me seem, more convinced in myself to get the job. So I'm like, oh yeah, that's good logic. But then she's also doing it so she can take photos for her Instagram. So I mean, I'm getting free clothing. So
yeah, it's true. But also, you didn't comment on my reference.
what efforts? Women's slacks. What about them?
Yes.
What
yes, from IT Crowd.
Oh, don't get me started. Oh no.
Game board.
Oh my god. No, to be honest, the reference that always stick in my mind when it comes to IT Crowd is the one where Moss starts running at those kids with a ruddy gun. I got a ruddy gun!
I love the bit where he's like sitting on the bench with the gun next to him. He's just looking really pleased with himself.
Oh god, I love IT Crowd. Oh, what about when they tricked their boss into thinking they got the whole internet in a box? That was a good episode.
Oh, you know when they tricked, because they tricked the whole fucking room as well. So when she dropped the box, and she started freaking the fuck out.
Oh my god, it's so good. Oh, I need to watch ID Card with my nan.
Anyway, let's move on to the next thing.
Okay. Okay, you can. Oh, well, there's one more thing I want to bring up. It's probably the small thing, so we can end on Rush Duels. But what I want to bring up is because you remember how Trump effectively banned Tencent trading, which means they banned TikTok.
They banned Tencent, which banned TikTok, the new Pokemon game. Yeah, keep going.
Okay, they're making eyes to make moves to Epic Games and Riot.
That doesn't affect us at all.
Here's the thing, because I'm more concerned about the Riot Games one, because think what that would do to like the whole NA scene if they ban League of Legends.
Nothing.
Okay.
Because literally every other country plays it. They'll still make so much money out of it.
Yeah, but the thing is, no, my problem is the competitive side things. So that's the NA comp scene gone.
Yes, but also the NA cap. They are the most inclusive fucking competition out of all of them.
What, NA?
Yes.
Well, that kills the whole import trade thing, because a lot of NA stars now are imported from Korea and China. believe it or not.
That's the thing. They'll go back, meaning there
Yeah,
won't be that
but think
inclusivity.
about all those American players we're going to be losing. They're going to have to go to Korea and all that.
Fuck the Americans. Their
What?
country is going to shit.
Fuck you! How dare you say that about Cloud9? I mean, I don't care about Team Solid Mid or Team Liquid, but Cloud9, God no, you can't insult my Cloud9. It doesn't matter if
I
they
mean,
have all
Cloud
these
Nine.
other
No, no, no,
teams.
no, no, no. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. But most of Cloud9's members aren't fucking American. That's the thing. Like, they'll just move fucking country. So, like, Cloud9 still exists. They just don't exist in America.
They just don't. They will exist, just not in American league scene because they have all these other teams.
Yes.
I actually have to start following Korean LCS if this happens.
Why don't Cloud9 just come here?
What? No,
One second.
no. What? No. Even if we imported the Koreans, their just skills are just going to deteriorate because OCE is a fucking joke. We're like the second worst server, with the first one being fucking Garena, which is like Southeast Asia.
Fair enough.
So anyway, I guess one other thing I want to bring up is: have you been hearing what's happening with Lab Zero Games? These are the guys that make the Skullgirl game, by the way, and Interverse.
I know that they went through a lot of controversy like a couple of months ago.
Yeah, alright, so pretty much just to sum it up, pretty much their boss, Mike Z, is a fucking dickhead. And a lot of people have been kind of just leaving the studio. Like, to begin with, the publisher of the main game, which is Skullgirls, because they're coming out with new character for that soon. Well, I say soon, it's next year. But pretty much they went, okay, we're willing to support all the devs who leave Lab Zero because they want to do that, and people just been like leaving either of their own right or they get laid off because Mike Z's a fucking dick, and they're gonna be hiring those people. But pretty much what's happening is a bunch of people who didn't take that offer, they're now making their own studio called Future Club. So people who are getting either laid off or resigning from their shitty fucking place at Lab Zero, they're either getting hired by Auden Games to work on Skullgirls because that has its mobile game, which is getting its new characters out, and then its new character will be coming out to the proper version of the game next year, or they're going to be joining this new studio called Future Club, and I'm very interested.
I have to admit, that was very fucking funny.
Okay then.
Oh, I forgot about a game I wanted to talk about briefly. Very briefly.
Okay then.
Bella and Wonderland.
Why did you want
Yes.
this?
The only reason I wanted to talk about it is because literally the two guys who made OG Sonic, like literally the good Sonic stuff.
Yeah.
It's literally them. They literally left Team Sonic and made a new game because fuck Sega.
Oh. Oh, I looked it up, and the first thing I get is like shitty Flash games for Disney. Okay, I'm gonna put that away. Okay,
I'll send you a proper link later. But
okay then. All right. Well, since that's
literally, it's such a great turn of events. Just fuck Sega.
what you mean? Fucking they gave us Persona. They gave us Shin Megami Tensei. They gave us that FE Mirage Tokyo sessions.
That's Atlas, not Sega.
Oh, what isn't Sega their publisher?
No,
Then why are they being co-allowed with the Sega TV thing at the Tokyo Game Show?
because Atlas is buddy with Sega at the moment. Sega doesn't have anything over them.
Okay, fair enough. Alright, well, you could talk about your Rush Duels now.
Okay, so yes, we finally got the second pack of Rush Duels. Yay! Literally, they finally made full-on archetypes for two of the characters who only had a boss monster to start with, which being Gakuto and Roman, being both warrior and psychic. Sport. And then we get a full release for Roa, the I think the rival. I can't remember if he's the rival or just some antagonistic dude. Can't fucking tell, to be honest.
Oh,
But his whole archetype got released, and then there's some other like little bit of support in there for like some of the anime shit. Very minor. And we both tested out decks that were from this pack last night.
I don't want to talk about this.
You feel like you don't want to talk about this, but at the same time, you were enjoying yourself.
Okay, Rush Duels isn't too bad. I like its concept. It's just all the fucking cards for it right now is fucking garbage, and I'm saying that as someone who's played Psychics for our test hands.
Okay, so because Zane doesn't understand it yet, because I was going to explain it to him last night, but I didn't do it. Is that rather than doing what they do normally in like Yu-Gi-Oh, where they let power creep do its thing, they actually have rules on what attack values certain types of cards can have by level. So yes, they actually streamlined it rather than having what we had in the TCG and OCG, where it's like, oh yes, we have a level 4 with 2,400 attack.
Hmm.
So it's just streamlined. That's all. The only difference, because it actually has fucking costs and shit, rather than hey, we're going to do this hand loop thing. I just think there's more thought being put into this than normal Yu-Gi-Oh.
Hmm.
To be totally fair with you,
Yeah.
because all of the like as I said before, the attacks values have been streamlined, so it's not a horrible experience.
Yeah. I mean, you know what's not a horrible experience?
Like,
The fucking anime. I'm actually liking it.
yes. Oh my god, episode 4. He finally got to episode 4 where they called out all of the fucking. No, it's literally what every like YouTuber who looked at Rush Duels said. If you like, it's word from word what they fucking said, and they just call them out on it.
Wait. Episode
It's
4. Episode 4 is when they go. It's
oh,
with.
episode 5.
I was
Episode 5.
halfway through episode 5. Oh, it's childish rules, is it?
Childish rule, yeah.
That's so
God.
stupid.
It's so good though. Like, you have to admit, to be that self-aware that they go out of their way for an episode to basically shit on all of their content creators to say you're just a fucking bunch of bigots who won't give anything a chance. It's
Yeah.
fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, I finally get around to giving Rush Tools, a thing, but I don't know. I think I'll pick it up when we get at least a year in, so there's at least enough sets to make a decent deck. Because right now, the only decks you could play properly is, let's see, you got your Meta Dragons who make me want to kill myself, and you got Royal Demons.
No. I'm gonna say something. The Meta Dragons I was playing were using a few cards that were like revealed from pack 3, so they're not like at the moment they're not as strong as that you saw, but
Oh god.
like that's what they will become after pack 3. But we've only got like what 6 cards from that set revealed, so not too bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, the only playable decks at the moment are Spellcasters, which is still a fucking clusterfuck, even after getting a couple cards of support. Dragons, but dragons were going to be good anyway because of they're getting a lot of support because of fucking anime character. We also have Warriors, which finally got its own full archetype, which is the Army Rulers, which is a control deck. Then we have Psychics doing psychic things, and then we have the Fiends, which are the Royal Demons.
Yeah.
And those are the only archetypes you can play at the moment because we've only got 2 fucking sets, which one of them has just had a bunch of generic cards in it.
I'm
Like
not gonna
the
lie.
original Yu-Gi-Oh.
Not gonna
What?
lie, I like the gimmick of psychics in this game. Like, I feel like, because if you looked at the original psychic support for original Yu-Gi-Oh, it's just kind of weird. Like, you pay 1,000 or all these life points for just a mix mash of effects. Here they go, okay, alright, you're paying life points because it's more of a combo thing, and it's all based around beatdown. And I'm like, okay, that's more interesting. It's not a fucking mixed bag of all this garbage. It's just a bunch of like consistency combos. This is good.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it's like
They definitely picked. They definitely took their card design that they'd cultivated over the years, and definitely showed off its good side in the support that the two decks got. The three decks got. Like they all play differently as well. Like sidekicks, you pay life points to get really big numbers. Royal demons are all about tributing high level monsters, and then Yami Ruler is like, oh yeah, I'm gonna lock you out of certain things by changing battle position. Like they all have these nice they're not overpowered, but they're good enough that they're just the sustainable strategy.
anyway.
Like
Can I talk about the anime again? Because I have a couple of things I'm going to
yeah,
complain about.
absolutely.
First things first. Why is the main protagonist called Yuga? I don't like it. It's legitimately one letter away from Yugi, and
I mean they've been making a bunch of Duel Monsters reference. I think it's mainly the reason they're giving out so many references is because this is a new studio and they wanted to make the references because they haven't had a chance to make those references at all because they just got the fucking show.
So
So
I mean, here's the thing I trying to notice following from Duel Monsters that out of all the series we had following Duel Monsters, which is what GX, 5D, Zexal, Arc V, and now Sevens. Oh, and V Reigns. I need to forget about V Reigns. Only three of them feel like they do their own original thing, and that's um, GX, 5Ds, and V Reigns. I mean, you could sort of put Arc V in there, but I'm talking about in how they kind of depict the main character. Because think, Jaden, forgot the fucking name. Is it you? No, that's one of the XYZ. No, I forgot their names.
Jaden, you say, and
Playmaker. Playmaker, yeah, call him Playmaker. They had their own original decks that wasn't based on spellcasters. That's my main thing. Because think, every other protagonist from all the other shows, which is what Zexal and Arc V, they all somehow involve spellcasters. Because think, Yugi's deck was one, it had Dark Magician, but it also had a bunch of other normal monsters. And then you think about all the other guys, they had a bot, they had their main set of magician cards, but then they had a bunch of other sub archetypes made of different genres. Like Before Powers had that, they had he had the Pendulum Magicians, and then the Gargars was their spellcasters, and then in this show it's the Seven Roads cards. So
well, on the bright, I want to point out something though, just quickly, because unlike those other ones, they stick with spellcast in this. Where they're not just a bunch of random attribute types. They're all spellcasters outside of Karibot.
yeah, but I don't know. It just always felt to me, it always felt like it was trying to pander. I think it's the best way to put it. It's trying to pander to those old views of Duel Monsters. Oh look, isn't the protagonist just like Yugi? I'm like, oh no. It always felt
I kind of understand that, but at the same time, because this is marketing to, for the most part, to a younger audience who has generally not been able to grow up with the original video, I assume that they're doing this because they wanted to basically have the same sort of feel like the original, but also, not do the shit that they did before, where it was all over the place. So I kind of reason with it, but at the same time, it's yeah, I kind of understand.
yeah. I mean, my other problem with the show so far, outside of to be honest, the student council president is very annoying and very weird, and I don't understand him, despite the fact he kind of looks like Kaiba. I don't know. I can't shake off the fact he looks like Kaiba, like season 0 Kaiba. Just trade out the green hair for purple.
I like Gakuto, okay? I get that some people find him annoying because he is he's that studious character. Like if you are not if you're not used to hanging around studious people, like he's gonna annoy you. But like he is a studious character, so like people do act like that in real life.
Yeah. But no, the thing is, what's with the Goha Corporation? Like, why are they all wearing these weird fucking masks? It's like I'm watching like an episode of like Power Rangers when I see them. It's like is this a show? Is this the show about Yu-Gi-Oh, or are we suddenly just gonna become Power Rangers?
Well, okay, I don't
God.
actually 100% know. The only thing I really know about Gohar, and I really want to know more about it, is the fact that they keep referencing 666. You'd think they would only reference 6
Oh
because
God.
of the hexagon, but no, they constantly refer to specifically 666. I don't understand at this point.
Oh yeah.
Like, we've got no explanation for this. We're like 15 episodes in, no explanation for why 666 is the prominent number of Goha. Why?
Alright.
Please explain it.
Okay, alright. I have one we can talk about. It's it's like it's. I think it's the second episode where we finally meet the president, and the president, like, all he does in the episode is laugh. He goes ha ha ha, and then he picks up this phone in his office, and this I think lady on the phone goes, "Hey, Rush Duels have you fun?" And he goes ha ha ha. I'm like, what?
You know, it's a little kid, and he's like just sitting there like ha ha ha. I would feel like fucking like I just feel sad for that fucking kid on the other end of the phone. Like you just got fucking talked to by a fucking psychopath. Let's be fair, Mr. Gohar is a fucking psychopath.
He looks like, well, first things first, he's dressed up like I don't know, Zordon, and then he's like, all he does is laugh. I'm like, what the fuck? What is this?
He does though. Like he's like he's dressed up like a fucking 90s villain. And
He
he
looks
sits in
like
his room and just laughs.
he's
Like
Zordon but with skin. It's weird. Wait, is it Zordon? Is that the name of that guy from the original Mighty Morphin Rangers?
That's not
No,
the
it's
villain.
Zed. It's Zed. Shit. Yeah, he's Zed with skin. That's what he is.
Oh, that's funny. I like that.
But anyway, I can't wait to watch more Rush Duels because well, first things first, that fucking intro is Pogs.
The intro is fucking amazing. No, the best thing about it is like the studio, rather than getting like a band in, they got the fucking protagonist's voice actor to be the fucking singer of the song.
I
Just
know.
like, what the fuck?
Oh, so good.
It's so fun. 'Cause it sounds like it's Yuga saying it as well. And it feels like something he would say.
Yeah, I'm just looking it up now so I know what the title of it is. Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's OP.
Oh, it's no, 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 no.
Wait, seriously, that's it?
Yes, I can send you the. I will send you the version.
I found it
the
already.
version I got.
I found the full
I'll send
version.
you the full. Did you get the full version where it's from the artist? Because that's probably the better one. Because some of them have shit in the background.
Ah, no. I'm gonna try to find it on Spotify. Oh, nice. If I look up Na 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 Na, I get a song by My Chemical Romance on Spotify. Thanks. Thank.
Does it?
Yeah.
Here's the like how it is on YouTube. It's got Japanese writing, so you probably won't be able to get on Spotify. Cop Japanese writing. There it is.
Oh, nice. I found a playlist with all the current songs from Yu-Gi-Oh! And it has, by the looks of it, none of the songs from 7.
No. Like, it's weird, eh?
Nice.
Yeah, so, yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's is shaping up. Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's and Rush Duels are shaping up to be actually really fucking good.
Yeah.
Like over time, we've been getting more and more and more fun stuff. And hey,
Yeah.
it can. It's gonna be a fun series if we leave it to do its thing.
Yep. Well, that's all our news. Nothing else to mention. The current creator poll is happening if we want to talk about normal Yu-Gi-Oh news, I guess.
I mean, I don't care at this point about the creative card project until I find out if Dynamite win. I do not give shits.
It's Fogs versus Photons right now, actually.
No, I want photons to.
Yeah, but it's not. Photons have to
It's
win.
not going to. It's not going to. It's gonna be fucking frogs. But hey, I want photons.
Yay, Photons.
I've always liked Kate from the anime, so.
Yep.
And
Okay, I guess it's Slowcar channel time.
yes, I'm still not doing anything like an idiot.
Yep. Still leave a link to his channel in the description.
Yes, please.
I
If I accumulate viewers and then release a good video, I should be fine.
Yeah. I'm up to the part of the script for the Phantom Knight stuff where I have to add uh the my tech options. I just can't be bothered getting around to doing the research for that yet. I do have another episode of Minecraft ready to go though. That's something.
That is something.
Yep. I don't know. I've been trying to record like solo Let's Play videos, but I don't find them funny because I don't have someone else there to at least have the jokes
So
bounce
down
off
to
of. So
yeah.
I've been waiting for a chance to get with John so we can record something because he's the funny one.
For most of it, yes.
Yes.
I mean, you can always try and ask Jamie because he does stream a lot. You might be able to do something funny with him on somewhere.
Ah, yes, Jamie. Yeah, I might ask him, and then he'll be like, "No, I'm too busy." I'm like,
No.
"Oh,
No.
oh, oh." All right, let's go bully Jamie after this. It's been so long since we bullied him. All right, we need to do it.
I still have to go past his house to drop off his fucking cards as well.
Oh, for God's sake! But
Like, because I was gonna do it like 2 weekends ago, but like, I just like going into Armadale is a fucking hassle. Like the train station.
wait,
So I was like, I'm just
Armadale.
gonna
Where
get a
did
fucking...
where did he live in Armadale?
No, because I was going up to fucking Perth
Oh yeah.
that day. And I was gonna drop by his house on the way, but I was like, going into Armadale is fucking annoying. So
But he
I was
lives
like,
in
I'm gonna go...
Byford.
I know, but you have to go past fucking Byford to get to Armadale, and then like going, I can just go from Serpy to Rocky.
So you couldn't.
So yeah, I took the easy option out and went to fucking Rockingham and decided not to just not.
For God's sake, I should just mail them to his house then. Oh wait, no, because I didn't want to pay extra for postage.
Yes. Also, I'm gonna drop them off this Sunday because I'm going into Canning.
Okay.
I'm gonna win a box.
Oh yeah, you're
Which
gonna.
I will not fucking pick you up from fucking South
Road
Australia.
trip.
To West Australia. You
Road
fucking
trip.
cunt.
Road trip. Do it. Road trip.
Plus, I have work Friday, Saturday anyway.
Oh yeah, it's fine. Just why don't you leave right now for the road trip? You'll make it in time.
No, because I
Damn.
also have uni, and I have a photo project to do tomorrow.
Uh,
And I've also got fucking Yu-Gi-Oh Club and Medieval Club, which are much more important than going on a fucking road trip.
no. Oh, right, well, fair enough. Oh, that reminds me. Tomorrow is the first tournament for my Smash stuff at EVAC. I won't be going
Oh yeah,
because prior
that's
commitments.
funny.
Oh no, it's today. Shit, sorry. I thought it was Tuesday today. No, it's today.
I skipped out of Smash tournament last Sunday.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was in Perth, and I was like, fuck it.
To be honest,
I
I'm
know
just.
it's run by Murdoch, and I get like cheaper entry, but fuck off. I'm not going to Perth.
To be honest, I'm just kind of sad because it only happens on a Wednesday now. Because before COVID, it happened on a Friday as well. but that was their
Ah.
monthly tournament. But now they're only going to be doing it weekly on a Wednesday for now. I'm like, oh. Because they wanted to free up space for other tournaments on a Friday. I'm like, oh, fair enough, but still, I can't go on a Wednesday.
Why not?
Well, because on Wednesday I have my driving lessons with my nan. And
Oh,
then I
right,
spend the
yeah.
rest of the night with my nan, because I like my nan.
That is fair.
My nan's a very nice person.
She is. The few times I've talked to her,
Yes, she considers you be a very nice person despite looking like a beatnik.
Yeah. I do not deny these things at this point.
You're a beatnik, even. How you feel?
Don't care.
Don't care. Fair enough. I don't know. I might try to make a Smite video. I'll add that now. I'll try to make a Smite video because I'm enjoying Smite. I found a new character I like to play. Are you familiar with Celtic mythology?
A little bit, being as I am part Irish.
Okay, I'm playing a Rito right now.
Sounds familiar.
She's the one that turns into a bear for some reason.
Ah, yes, her.
Yes, I'm playing her because her kit's actually quite nice. And also she has a skin where she turns into like a mythical nine-tailed fox. And I'm just a massive weeb and I got it. To be fair, I have
You can take the lollies out of the weeb, but you can never take the Naruto out of one.
It's not because it's a Naruto reference. It's because it was a generally nice skin for 600 gems, and I was like, yeah, I have enough for that.
No. Look, how many times have you picked up a skin because it's a nine-tailed fucking fox?
Well, this is like the first time.
No, it's not.
Well. To be fair, I did buy this skin for Daji because it was called Senpai, and I was like, oh, I can't. I have to. I have to. I have to. It's called Senpai. It's the most cringe thing possible. I need to get it.
Grade A weeb here.
To be fair, I also have Foxy Amaterasu, and I have Harajuku Neef. Well,
Stop.
Stop. I need to get the kaiju skin for... there's two kaiju skins. There's one for Kuzunobo, who's the king of the Kappas, and there's one for Soulback, who's like the guardian of the Nile.
You sound more and more like a fucking weeb.
Well, the fact that it's based on kaijus. I can't resist it.
I know, but also, like, everything before that just makes everything so much worse.
Fair enough. I mean, Foxy Amaterasu is a nice skin. I'll give it that. It's legitimately just Amaterasu, but she's wearing like a fox costume.
Okay.
Yeah, see, there's nothing wrong with that at all. So anyway, I spent a lot of money. You know what? I nearly spent a key to get this skin for Amaterasu, where she's a maid.
Why?
But I didn't because I got a nice looking skin for my Aphrodite, which is actually quite cool. It's called Violet Sorceress, and it's actually more fantasy based.
Okay.
It's a nice skin. I know. I'm talking about Smite again. We should at least try out Smite once.
I should try out Smite once, but I'm not going to do it right now.
Yes, do it when you get your laptop, or you can just download it on your Xbox One. That's crossplay, you know.
It does?
Yeah, that's crossplay.
God, it has...
You can download it on your Switch and still play with PC players.
Yikes.
It's actually...
I'm just thinking of all the fucking all of the fucking, what are they called? All of the games that are like, oh, we're gonna do cross-platforming soon, and they just haven't. Or I'm like,
yeah. Smite has cross-platforming. It was quite interesting. I didn't actually expect them to have it. So anyway, I guess we can talk about. We should really move on because I have to go see my nan soon. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. You got anything to add, Ethan?
Rush, go, rush.
Oh my fucking god. We're not
It's
ending
such a
it.
bop.
I
It's
know,
such
but
a
you didn't need
bop.
to sing it.
It's a fucking bop. Go away.
Boppy bop. Oh my god. Alright. Well, see you guys.
Yeah.